Today we're having a quick revisit of the video from yesterday where we were talking about Japanese inflation because the number came out last night and it was above consensus. But I want to describe the state of play now. And then the trading takeout today is going to be on why you need to try and remove color bias from your charts as much as possible. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to ensure I pop up in your YouTube feed every day, giving you the best market commentary and tips so that you can improve your trading edge. So we can see that inflation actually came in hotter in Japan for last month. So CPI core nationwide year on year was 2% versus the expected of 1.8%. But key here to note is the previous of 2.3%. So in effect, the chart is pointing downwards, which is disinflationary. Disinflation is when you still got inflation, but it's a reduced number to the prior number, okay? Deflation would be negative, so the price index is actually decreasing, whereas disinflation is just inflation, but it's going up at a slower pace than it was previously, so the rate of change is different. Now, again, Japanese CPI overall nationwide, so that includes energy prices, 2.2%, previous 2.6%. So effectively what we're seeing here is we're seeing a beat on consensus, but we're still seeing the rate of change decreasing. Okay, and that's key for me. That's absolutely key because the next print could be 1.8%. It could be this consensus. In March, we could see February's number at 1.8%. And so what that would mean is that the Bank of Japan then shouldn't really raise rates because they're right at their target. Now, I think there was a key number which came out at 3%, which naturally is pretty, drastic for them. Let me just grab that a second. I should just have it on Twitter. So it really is kind of a bit of a conundrum that the Bank of Japan are in right now. So if we are looking at the most recent number, sorry, I've just realized that I didn't have it up there. Dropped from 2.6%, less than expected. No, that is the specific number. The 2.2% is the number. So we're in a full disinflation mode, basically. And I'd be pretty happy with my view that Wednesday we should see an increased number on the US PCE, which should lead to some upside on dollar yen. Now, we did see dollar yen actually fall overnight, and it traded down to 150.30-ish. So if I just get up a chart here and I'll share this tab and then we go to say 15 minutes, we did see it fall. Yeah, now it's trading down below 150.20. Probably an expected move there off of the slightly hotter inflation. But I think, this is just charging up for a Wednesday break higher. I think what's happened is a lot of retail have been short as well. So it feels like they're getting lulled into a false sense of security from my perspective. And so what we would probably be looking at is a push down towards maybe 150 and then a bid back higher. But that energy situation where Japan imports a hell of a lot of energy prices are down massively. I think that's going to weigh massively going forward. And I don't see any real specific reason for the Bank of Japan to raise rates or exit easy monetary policy at this time. I'm a big believer in trying to remove as much subjectivity as possible from your trading process. And I think even a subliminal way to do this is by, taking away any form of color that would induce you to have an emotional reaction to a chart. Retail brokers tend to have their default colors for, a price moving upwards as green and a price moving downwards as red. Green and red are also associated with casinos. And so in casinos, what they want you to do is associate certain colors with success, money, that kind of thing. You don't want to do this with trading because your odds are not as fixed. You don't have, a set risk amount that you can go in with. In fact, in trading, you can actually lose more than the amount that you put in. Very rare to happen, but it can indeed happen. And so, what you have to really try and think about is how can I make what I'm looking at as objective as possible? Remove as much of my visual emotion as I can, and more rely on that subconscious feeling of, okay, I've done this before. I have a bit of a gut feel here. How does that work? That kind of subjectivity is fine, but the visual stuff isn't so fine. So try just making your charts black and white just for a week or two, just seeing how you react, seeing if you feel less emotive about certain things, because I guarantee you it will make a change.